So hi guys, today we have Marigo. She's one of the most amazing person I have ever met in my whole life. Very hardworking person. Today she's going to share with you her experience during her studies in MAICh. She got a fully funded scholarship and she won 2 years of study in Greece. It's not for everyone. It's a very competitive program. Marigo studied in the biotechnology horticulture department. And it's also one of the most challenging department in MAICh. So Marigo is going to share today her good and bad experience, the challenges as well. So hi Marigo, how are you?
Hi, sweetheart and love. How are you doing? I know that you are a little bit nervous, but don't be. Chill out because want to show to everyone and to the world that we are not just by connection online, but by true that we are best friends, and we became best friends since 2019 when we first met, and we are still up to now. And our friendship hasn't met any let's call rock bottoms. We have been up and up, and we are gonna show this to the world and to everyone who is or who wants to see it. So be chilled.
I will do my best.
Go.
How did you hear about CIAM scholarship first and what made you apply?
So I was in Albania. So as you all know, I don't know if you have already shared anything about me, but I am from Albania. I live in a small, let's call it small city in Albania. It's called Patos. But after that, I moved in Fear, and in this city, it's a little bit bigger. I started working after finishing my studies in Tirana in molecular biology, 5 years of studies. I went in Fear, and I started as a high school teacher. It was an experience that I really liked. I liked it very much, and it meant something very deep in me. It made me feel much more better as a person. But after that, I had a professor of mine, like teacher of high school time when I was doing my high school, that she had been in my, and she highly recommended me to go because she said that it was something that could be very adapted to my knowledge and experiences. So I decided to go in my in the same way because I already had someone that had gone through that way, and that was my professor that I knew her, and this is how I started my journey to my. It was nice. It went very good. I made the application online. After that, I made the interviews with Professor Maria, that everyone will know. She checks your English, and also I had my Dimitris, and I had I don't remember very well because it's quite a long time ago, but I had another person from my department. They asked me very simple questions, questions that were related to my background in biology, but not very deep, something that I already knew, and they could understand also that I was a little bit nervous. It was not needed that I had to prove my English. And I don't remember, in one week or two, I got the acceptance letter, and after that, I started my procedure for taking the visa here in Greek embassy in Tirana.
So regarding the application process, any tips for future applicants?
For I just to chill and just to take it easy. I know that maybe for some of you or most of you, it's going to be a lifetime experience that you really want to be part of it. But if you be all the time nervous, it's not going to help, and it's going to make the process harder. So just take it easy. Everything is going to be fine. Just trust your gut and do as much as possible. Like first impressions always stay. So. Learn as much as possible, of course. Be prepared as much as possible, but don't take it as the end of the world. Of course, there are better opportunities out there that we didn't go through, but this that we went, this is my advice. Just chill, like just take it as a conversation to share your knowledges and also your personality. It is so important that you share that you are who you are, and you don't have to change for it.
Yeah. So what was the best part of your scholarship experience?
So if you want me to say the time that I was around 23, 24 years old when I got the
Yeah.
scholarship, and it was my first. I had been, of course, abroad. I used to go since very early age in Italy. My parents used to live there, but it was my first ever time to go alone and to go in Greece. Albania is land connected with Greece, but I had never been. I don't know why. I had never been. And of course, Crete, it was so far away. Like my parents, when they knew that I would go there, they were like in the end of the world. But anyway, I didn't listen to them, and I did good. because I went. I was so thrilled all the time. I can remember because I was all the time from the ferry from Piraeus to Crete. I was awake because I wanted to see everything, to learn everything, to get to know people and so on. Because I really wanted to get in touch with people, and also to practice my English. Because just to give you like a push in the meaning that if you don't, if you believe that your English is not okay, don't
Mm-hmm.
worry. We all were in that stage. But in the moment that you go out of your country or out of your comfort zone, you will be forced to think and to learn new words. So I think it's the best way, and this is one of the best things that I got from IE, that I improved my English, because I had to learn in English, I had to communicate in English, I had to do everything in English. And fortunately or unfortunately, I didn't have other Albanians so that they could make my because when you have people that are from the same country, you
Mm-hmm.
are tend to be and to speak your own language, your native language. But when you don't have this kind of people, you stay in English, and this improved my English a lot. Another thing that I would like so much to share: when I arrived in Crete, it was early morning, so around 5, 6 in the morning. I didn't know anything. I had never been in that land, and I knew only from my teacher that I had to take a bus. I don't remember now the bus because I've forgotten, but I had to take this bus. I know if I go there, and I had to take this bus. I took that bus, and I asked the driver, I need to stop to MAICh. And he stopped me to the bus station. It was a guy there in the bus, and he helped me. He took my luggage. I had two luggages. He took one of my luggages, the hardest one, and he went before me. And I was like, it was like a forest, and I was like, what is he doing, like where we are going? Because the fear is always in you. But he was very, very nice guy, and he took me in my and he landed me in the main center where the olive tree is. And he said me, this is my, and I didn't had like I didn't have written the message that I should contact Anastasia, was the girl
Mm-hmm.
that was in charge for me.
Mm-hmm.
And when she woke up at 8, and I was from 6, 7, something like this, outside 1 hour and something, waiting for someone to wake up because no one had
Weird.
waken.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the cleaning ladies, I remember the Turkish lady, I don't know, she came and she said to me, "Oh, you are a new student, eh? Come to eat breakfast." And I was like, "What breakfast?" She's saying, like, I didn't know. And I went there and I ate a breakfast that it was amazing, eggs, olives, everything possible, grapes. And I took my tray and I went outside and I ate it outside, the birds chirping and everything. And I was like, this is paradise. And I know that this is going to be a good experience. And that was my, like, let's say, that was something that I really liked it a lot. And it started from there. And after that, I met Anastasia, so on. But this is some of the good memories, the first days.
Very lovely to hear this. So, what was the first experience? Already we discussed this. So, did you face any struggle on the academic or social or cultural level? I believe you did.
Uh,
So,
Yes, I always shared also with you, as you already know. So the community in MAI is mainly coming from, let's call, North African countries, Middle East, Balkans, so these areas. And for me, it was my first time ever to be with so many, let's call it, Muslim and Arab culture. And I was hearing them speaking like birds chirping, and it had this age a lot, and I didn't know what they were saying, and I wanted to enter in the groups, to be part with them, and it was something like this. And it was very interesting to me. I was thrilled. You can't imagine, like a baby that wants to touch and be part of everything, just to learn, to get to know, to be part of things. And I used to speak to everyone, like everyone, literally everyone. And during my time that I was speaking, because I speak a lot, as you may see, and I was eating my dinner, I remember, yes, and a girl, very nice girl, very shy, tall, came to my place, and that girl was Amira, and we started talking since then, like first days, like I don't know, first or second day. And Amira came, and she was also very curious. She wanted to know, where is Albania, where are you from, blah, 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 and
last to
everything.
improve my English.
And we started from there. Yes.
Yeah. But on the academic level, the type of a challenge you felt
To be
was
honest,
not
in
easy.
academic level, academic level, I didn't have anything. I mean, it was challenging. The system. The system was. Okay, let me start over. So how it works? It is composed by 2 years overall, but both of years are not compulsory, so that you can get a diploma. You can get a certificate if you finish the first year, and you can get a diploma if you get the both years. Meaning, in the first year, you have, at least in my year, we were 14 students. Out of these 14 students would pass only those that were above the overall average. For example, if the group average was 7, and if you had average for 7.1, then you would pass. At least this is what I knew. But I didn't got scared, not because I had any help. I swear to God, I didn't have any help. I never contacted anyone that was previously in my year or anything, because for me it was a chilling experience. I went there just to learn more, to get to know people. It was something amazing that I was going abroad by myself and so on. But I also had very good background from Albania, and I was confident. The confidence, of course, it shaked and it shook sometime when you get when I don't remember very well my grades, but I remember that I never got anyone below 70, or like my lowest was 69, if I remember, or 70. I don't remember in this grade, and everything else was around it. Um, and it was challenging because it was competitive, and it didn't allow us to have like honest, let's call it in this way, friendship. Because when you would be in a competition every time, you would feel also we used to be like my group. I used to be very kind, I mean, and with everyone, and I could feel this, but in the same time I could feel fear also.
Mhm.
It was something that it was not good, and it was playing with people's mental health. Also, mental health is something that really needs to be discussed in MAICh, and really needs to be and to have a support, because it is very harsh time in the first years.
Yeah.
In the first year, if you don't have a strong belief system in yourself, you are gonna have some problems that maybe are not gonna make you feel that good.
Mhm. Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, but to overall to say my academic, I didn't have any challenge. I knew that I was okay when, because in the system at my time, you could see your grade and you could see the class average, and I could compare it. So I knew that I was okay.
Okay. So you have done a lot of intensive courses in your first year and in your second year, like two different research projects. From this experience, you can share with us how it was the courses. Did you like them? Was there challenging to be studied? And
Okay.
yeah.
So I think yes, the whole year was divided by 4. Let's call it chapters. I don't know, that you had to give
Module, different module,
and
yeah.
modules. Yes, modules, and you have to give 4 to 5 exams
Yes.
each one of them. The last one was only the essay, it was called, and it was under supervision of the professor Panos, the head of the lab and the head of the coordinator of the studies and so on. um, each week you had a different class. And the end of this week you had 1 week to prepare, and after that and the end of that Friday you have to give the exam. It was tough for the long time period that you had to learn a lot and you had to sit a lot, and of course you have to learn in English. It's not your native language, so it is a little bit much more struggling to memorize things and so on. But I think that is doable as long as you keep your peace of mind, as long as you are sure what you want, and as long as you work with the same consistency, and as long as you are I mean, as long as you are very dedicated in what you are doing, and you know what is your goal, don't get distracted. For example, there were people over there that would like to go out, or maybe to visit Chania, the city, the other cities, and so on. I am not against it. You can go, you can do it, maybe a weekend or something. But you know that in the first year, you have to focus in the fact that you have to pass
Mhm.
the first year and to go in the second year. And in the second year, you will have a lot of time and you can do more things and you can do a lot of things that maybe you are not allowed, maybe not allowed. It's not about allowed or not, but I mean, for your own to pass in the second year, you have really to pay attention and to work hard. But if you are a hard worker person, if you have come up to now and you really want to go abroad, this means that you have the guts and the feelings that you could do it. So no worries about it. Just do and focus on your classes. No classes was tough, at least in my perspective. If you do your work, everything is fine. And if you listen to the professor, take notes, whatever you think that is important, and everything is doable.
But I would like also to ask you, you have done before you come to MAICh another master, so the type of courses, the content itself, did you feel it was different for you, new courses that added value to you? Also the research project, you can give us insight of what you have done for the new applicant to know, to have an idea what to expect.
Yes, in Albania, I had finished 5 years of studies. We are part of Bologna system. Bologna system works 3+2, so 3 years of bachelor and 2 years of master. So I was already equipped with knowledge in, let's call it theoretical level. So that is why I think that my difficulties in my were not that huge, because I was second in the year in the level when we went from ranking, and my difference was only with 1 point from the first one. So I was very good. I did quite a lot, but okay, I was good. I could understand the classes, but the classes that I did in my was nothing related what I did it in Albania. So yes, it was molecular biology. It was things related to genes level. It was things related to genomics and so on, but metabolomics, phenomics, and so on. But these were nothing. These were nothing compared to what I did in Albania. In Albania, I did it mostly focused in human level, and in MAICh, I was focused in plants level.
Yeah.
You can say, of course, that there is no huge difference in these levels, but the techniques and things that we studied in MAICh were not the ones that I had studied in Albania. So yes, they added value. They made me feel also much more comfortable, and they made me also feel much more secure in what I was learning, and also made me feel, and they gave value to my diplomas. I don't know for guys that are applying, but if you are as me, it is hard for your diploma to get recognition in a, let's call it, in European institution or whatever. But with diploma that I got from MAICh, my both diplomas, masters, and bachelor, immediately get recognized because I have already a diploma that is international recognized. So automatically those get recognized.
Great. For your research work you have done in your second year, as your second year is only research work, how did you find this experience on the lab technique level, on the knowledge? How did it add to you? And if you remember also the subject you have done, you could share with us too.
Yes. So I passed in second year. It was a little bit traumatic, but anyway, I passed it. I mean, not for once again, it was not for the preparation of academic level. Yeah, a lot of things that go on during the selection process. Some of my classmates didn't go well. I need to say this just to let you know, because it's not that easy. For me, it was easy because I was calm, let's call it this way. I got and I made very solid friendships there, and I had people to connect, and that people that could understand me what I want to say. And I made a friend that is Amira, you, that I could share everything with you, and you knew everything about me and so on. So I could share everything, starting from the personal to the academic things. So yeah, this made me feel very secure. But there were people that didn't have this person, and they passed it with a lot of depression. They could
Unfortunately.
crying a lot. Yes, they could start crying a lot, or maybe they didn't go. They went let's call it mentally not stable in this way, because they were really putting so much effort and hopes in this masters. And I want to say to all of you, this is not the chance of your life, in the meaning that if you don't do this, everything will stop for you. Please take this as an adventure, as something that you will learn if you will take something out of it. But this doesn't mean that your life depends on this, because some of the people, not say most, but some of the people that I get to know there, they took this so personally and so close to their hearts that they like nothing would like everything bad would happen to them if they would not pass. So this is something that you shouldn't do it. Regarding my, so when I passed in my second year passed only 5 persons, sorry, only 5 persons we passed from 14. It was maybe more would pass, but as I said, some people had problems, so they had to leave, and not because they didn't pass, but they had problems, so they left. And the 5 of us, we were very solid. I mean, everyone was very good, but it was the professor, the one that decided the topics that we would get. And this starts the most challenging part. So if you were up to now worried, now it's really what you should worry, because there were people they didn't get their diplomas, there were people the work was not going well, there were people the lab work was not working out for them, there were people that didn't have data to publish, there were people their thesis sucked in the whole meaning of the word, and there were people they finished the lab work and they had to leave and they never submitted the thesis, and so on. But I was very convinced in what I wanted, so I left my in July in 2021, and I left it after I had submitted. Like I committed that I had to write a thesis, and I did that. I wrote the thesis, and after that I submitted, and after that I left. And I left in July.
It's very
Like my
necessary to
in
submit
time,
before you go,
yeah.
please. Yes.
Mhm.
I just mentioned it's very necessary to submit before you leave MAICh. In Marigo's experience, she submitted before she leave, but I don't
Yeah.
remember if she had experience the correction part after she left, or she had already done
No,
it.
no, everything. I finished everything before leaving.
Ah,
I correct.
for me
I
it was
did it.
different. Yes, but for
Yes,
Marigo's
but
department is recommended to finish.
yes. So this means, based on what Amira said, my department is like I would not like to say the toughest, because it's not the toughest, because all the departments have their own toughness, let's call it in this way.
Mm-mm.
But dealing with people, it's a different thing, it's a different level. So in my case, in my department, meaning dealing with people is the hardest part that you have to do,
Yeah.
not the scientific parts that you have to deal with. So this is the reason why we highly suggest, me and I think also Amira, that you don't leave MAI if you don't submit, because if you leave, maybe we all have a life that goes on, you have other problems, you have life itself, it gets the routine and so on, and you may never submit it, and so 2 years of your life that you passed and you made so much hard work and everything is going to go in waste. So don't do that.
So we can move now to after the scholarship. How do you think this scholarship help you with your new job? Do you think it make any difference for you?
So let me rank some of the benefits that I got from IE, and also some of the, let's call it, negative things also. So my first benefit was that I left Albania by myself, as I mentioned before. It was a very good experience. It made me open my mind. It made me much more acceptable to people, to understand much more the other cultures, to see how beautiful and how much life there is out of Albania. It's not that I had not been. I'm emphasizing this because I had been before in other countries, but I had never been in contact with the countries that I mentioned, and it was for me so different culture, and I loved the fact that they sometimes I used to say to you, remember that you are like me, like I had met an alien, and I want to say that you are like me, in the meaning, there are so stereotypes that everyone creates in his or her own mind, but also media impact. Just let me know, media is a huge level. And so when you get to know people, you understand that everyone is the same, everyone has the family, everyone wants to be someone, or everyone wants to have a career and so on. And I met this was my, like, if I would do my over and over again, I would do it for the connections and for the positivity that I got and I gave, and for the whole good memories and nostalgia that my will always give to me. Secondly, in my as I said, I improved my English, my language level. Language levels were not bad, but I hadn't practiced English never before in my life for a quite long time, and I had to learn in English and so on. So I got the international diploma. Secondly, MAICh offers you the opportunity to get to know professors from all over the world. I had professors coming from Spain, from Italy, from US, from Germany. So everyone was there, and you could see the internationality, and you could be part of it, and you could touch it by these people. The second, the third, the fourth thing that I really loved was the fact that you were in Hania. Like, even if I would go now for my own vacations, I would never ever experience the same feelings when I
Yeah,
went as a student, because it's amazing as experience. It's a very lovely city. It has so much energy. It has the sea. You can say Crete is all the island, and of course, but yes, but Hania gives you very very welcoming vibes. Also, I met love there. And everything, and everything was perfect. Like, I love the city. I love the person that I fell in love. I loved my friendship, the friendships that I made there. I loved everything. Like, it is a very good memory that keeps stuck, or it's stuck in my brain, and everything. And every time that I remember it and I go on it, it brings me only a laugher on like smiling all the time, and good levels of serotonin on my blood.
great. If you
Mm.
could go back in time, would you do anything different?
Yes, if I could go back in time, the only thing that I would do different, uh, a part of a part of like a part of being much more. I don't want to say stable, because I had also my times. Just to admit it, it's not that I never cried. Also, I cried. I had times that I would feel lonely. I would feel like, why the God is doing this to me? Like, because there were some weak moments. This is something that I would change, because now that I'm not there, I would like to go and to relive those moments also. But what I would change would be the fact that I could maybe speak more or help more people to understand that it's not that big deal. I mean, you can do better. Like, if would be maybe, in my opinion, if the people there would cooperate more, and of course it would be the meritocracy, like, who goes, and who says like it doesn't passes, it's okay. And so everyone could help everyone. It doesn't mean that you passed in second year and you find better career, or if you are just with the first year and you are gonna stay there. No, people that really wants to do something are gonna move forward, even with the MAI certificate, with MAI diploma, or without any of them. So you just have to be confident. Even though if you go to MAI for 2 or 3 months, you can say that I was in MAI, and you can, I mean, in breaks, like, you can sell yourself as you wish, just to be clear in what you want. I mean,
Yeah. So I would like you to answer the common question very quick. The first one, what's one word to describe your experience, your scholarship experience in MAICh? One word.
lovely.
Okay. Best memory from the program.
From the program, should I share a little story?
You
Can I
can
share?
you can
So I
share.
had a class. Yes, so I had a class. I can't remember a lot of classes, because by time you erase them, and if you don't use them, or you also are gonna double erase them. But I had a class that it was the biology of ethylene, and it was given from a professor from Italy, and it was this Corona time, because we had the Corona time by back that time, and we had the Zoom
Yeah.
examination,
Session, yeah.
and it was via camera, but you had to be in front like this, and you were in the department's computer, so you couldn't cheat or do things like this. And I remember that I replied very well, and I replied that well that I could see the excitement also to the professor that I had learned, and made me feel very good. And when I went out, and I was like, I did very well, and I got 92. there. So it was like, I think, the highest grade that I got there.
Yeah.
And I felt very good because it was something that I really had learned very, very passionately, because it made me feel good during the learning process, and it stuck on me very easily. So that is a very good memory for the academic part. Also, I want to add, I had two professors that I really loved them. It was molecular biology. It was Christos and I forgot the other professor name, but Christos and another professor, Angelo. I
You
don't
can say
remember
the
very.
course name.
Molecular biology. I said
Both of
molecular
them
biology.
molecular biology.
Yes, the two. Do you remember the two professors, the Greek professor that were as a couple? In the meaning is, sorry, the couple word, like very close friends,
Yeah.
very close friends, and they came from Germany. Akis and Christos, and they were so lovely because they were with Greek origin, but they were amazing during the process of teaching. They would cooperate together. They were like brothers. They shared with us the story of their how they had met and so on and everything. And I really loved both of those professors. They were very, very friendly and also supportive, even though that I don't remember what grade I got on them. Quite well, like above the average, but they gave me a very good and very nice vibe. They are very good people. This is it.
Great. A funny or embarrassing moment during your studies.
Embarrassing. I don't remember to
Funny
have.
doesn't mean doesn't have to be embarrassing.
Funny should it be something very funny for the from the classes, because I had this friend of mine, and if he will ever see this, he will understand. It was the Russian guy, and we were having, if you remember, that we were having the Egyptian thing. You remember that we ate up to
Ah,
the
yes, yes.
kitchen? Yes.
Ringa. Yes, herring. Yes.
Yeah. Ringa, no? How it was
Yes,
the
yes.
fish?
Yes, smoked
Yeah.
fish. Yes, ringa.
Yes. It was one of my favorite ones, and I was like, I will go into it there. So we were a lot of people, and during April, I think it is the retake season, so you can retake up to 3 exams, and you can improve your grade, or if you haven't passed, you can redo it the exam. So there are only 3 retakes, and there was this guy Pasha, and he had to do the exam. He had retaken the three courses, and I have put this song like Coco Jumbo, yeah, 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 Coco Jumbo, yeah, yeah, yeah. And it was a very sticky moment, like the song. It was stuck in his brain, and he was like, Marigo, I see that you make a complot on me, because you want me tomorrow when I have to write an exam. You want me to be like, yeah, 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 Coco Jumbo, yeah, yeah. And every time that I hear this song, is always related to this memory. But it is so lovely to me. Like I really love it when I remember. Yeah, yeah. But also when there are so many moments. I mean, the moment when entered MAICh, the moment that we entered MAICh, and they made this beautiful party for us with those dolls, up to the restaurant
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
Greek
Oh my
music,
God.
dancings and so on, and you fell in like I don't know. You fell in. You literally can fell in love with everything that surrounds
Mhm.
you, and also Greece is lovely, and you
Yeah,
fell in love. You can fall in love not only with the people there, but also the culture, the nature, everything. Everything is there.
totally agree. So
Eh,
one thing you wish more people knew about studying scholarship. What is it?
Um, Well, one thing that I would like for them to know, especially for my department, would be take it easy. And I really mean this. I don't know. Yes, all the departments in my have their own level of toughness, and the system works like that you have to be above the total average. But maybe the other departments, I don't know, maybe they are much more kinder to their students or so on. I don't know how to express. It's just something that you feel when you are there. But I can share with my experience and my thoughts that please just do whatever you can to feel good also with yourself, that you can pass. And if you pass, it's okay. And if you don't pass, just put a close on it, and you go move forward. and use this as an experience, international experience, make connections, make friendships, and so on. And there are very good people there, and people that can help you, and people that maybe can be your, I don't know, maybe your, even in a human level, like close friends, your, maybe your husband or your wife in the future, because there are people that get in these kinds of very well relationships, and a relationship that stay over the time.
So, Marigo, would you recommend your department or this scholarship for future applicants to apply based on your experience?
Yes, I would recommend, because based on what I already said, experience in horticulture genetics and biotechnology is a very good one. You will start to learn very good theoretical level, and also in practice you have the latest technology there. You have very nice devices that are going to help you to have a very good project thesis in the end, and you can have a paper published in a very good paper, article or journal, and so on. But in my opinion, and my main tip is going to be, please, if you want really to take care for your professional life, you have to take care mostly for your mental health, because mental health in my, it can go very challenging, and it can put you in some dark places that you will find yourself very lost. And for this reason, I would highly recommend to find a friend, to find maybe, I don't know, a lover or something, that will be there for you all the time, because it is very very competitive and can make you feel that you are not good enough. But believe me, if you are watching this video, you are better than anyone else, like you are beyond good and better.
So,
Yes.
at the end of our video, would you like to add any tips or advice in general, something we didn't cover? If you would like
What I
to.
would add is gonna be this: there, in the meaning, leave it, as you will never get back there, because you literally will never get back there. I mean, there were people that they would come to study another topic of my 2 other years in my, like maybe they would have done 2 years, I don't know, in sustainability, and they would come to do 2 years after in economics and so on. I don't know. You can go, of course, but the point is that leave it as it comes to you, once in a lifetime experiences, and fall in love, enjoy life. Go and put your feet in the sea. Go and eat a gyro. Go and drink something. Go and drink a coffee next to the sea. There are so many coffees, and there are so many good things that you can live.
Best
Make
food.
memories. Yes, make memories. Go in tavernas, and learn, of course, learn, but leave it, as you will never go back there. I did the most in my experience. I have tried to leave it as freely as I could, of course, but there are things that doesn't allow us to leave it in the certain level, because we have these mentalities or cliches that we put ourselves. But my advice, now that I am in this moment of my life, going back with my memories, I would give to my younger self this advice: just leave it, just experience it. Don't put phrases, or don't put things that you will make everyone to feel not comfortable. So just leave it as you are, as you would wish to live something, without any restriction. Just be free.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Marigo. That was all the question for today. And yeah, sweetheart. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And also, if you have any question for Marigo or for me, feel free to post or comment them on this video. And see you in my next video. Bye.
Love to everyone.